Can you guys see me? I can see you. Does anybody see me? Can you guys see me? Yay! I'm like, I love watching you with each other. I really, really do. But part of me is like, do you see me? Do you see me? Because I see you. And I have been waiting all day long for this. Welcome to welcome to the Leo new moon. We're live. I can see you. You can see me. Can you hear me okay? Everything's good? It's C Rose Z. It's her birthday. Hello and happy birthday to you. It is my dear, dear friend Ophelia Alvarez, known as Ophi. It's her birthday too. We've got a few Leo queens in the house. Anybody else have a birthday today? Angelica's got me on 3 screens. I'm really intimidated right now. It is so good to see you. Any other birthdays today? I have to wish you a happy birthday if your birthday is today. If you have a Leo new moon birthday, I just have to believe that this year is going to be everything you want it to be and more. I have to believe it. It's too lucky of a day. Everything's good? Dina's going to pretend it's her birthday. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I've been preparing for you all day. I had a dream about our ceremony last night. It was a really powerful dream. I want to figure out how to share some part of the dream without all of the dream because it was kind of complicated. And I feel like the bulk of the dream was leading me toward what I'm going to teach next year, which is pretty cool. Because I've been kind of waiting for that guidance. Like, what's needed for 2021? You know, as a teacher, I have to begin preparing my curriculum now. And it's like, how do you do that when we're in this incredible time of flux and change and flow? It feels like every week this planet is different, this world is different, right? And it's day to day. So it's really hard to think about January, isn't it? Have you tried that game? So anyway, I'm going to give you like the sliver's edge of it tonight. And I'm going to test the waters with you guys and see if it resonates with you because it came from a dream. And I literally was in the dream. It was a lucid dream. You know, a lucid dream is where you know you're dreaming. Have you ever had a dream like that? Where you're in the dream, but you know it's a dream? Have you had that experience before? I have it quite a lot. But some people have never had it. It's sort of like, it's hard to describe. It's April's 40th birthday today, by the way. Welcome to the best darn decade of your life. I am so in love with my 40s. I just turned 47. Well, you know, I have to have something of a plan, Carly, because I got to tell people what we're doing. Like if I just say, I don't know what we're doing, but please come and join me next year, people will be like, I can't really do that. So anyway, lucid dreaming is awesome when you're in the dream and you know you're dreaming. So I had this dream last night and it was my elder council. And it was like, Athena, here's the secret to it all. And it wasn't, I'm going to share a little bit of it with you tonight, and it's not earth-shattering. But when it's almost so simple that when you think about it, you realize how not simple it is, right? Yeah. So anyway, the 40s are the bomb, I have to say. So welcome in. I'm going to clear some energy for you, with you, for you, around you, through you. If you don't dream, if that's a conscious choice, that's okay. If it's not, it might be good for you to dialogue with what's going on there because, you know, dream time is when the spirits get you without all your conscious monkey mind dialogue. You know what I mean? Like all of the chatter. It's when they get you and you're not thinking about what you made for dinner or what you're going to cook for breakfast, or, getting the kids on their Zooms, or, like dream time is when they get you kind of to themselves. And it's precious because of that, because they don't get a lot of that time, right? So, and I've been really reminding people lately that when we burn herbs like white sage, it isn't just about clearing energy, it's about setting sacred space. And white sage isn't the only herb that you can work with to clear energy and to set space. I like to work with Palo Santo. I've been working with copal. Tonight, obviously, we're working with tobacco incense. So I'm also going to use my awesome split screen situation tonight. Come over. And that's cool. My son set this up. If you weren't with me last month, I'm a little obsessed. My son is becoming very passionate about technology, and so he set up my little dual camera. Isn't that cool? So if you got the New Moon kit for this month, then you have this tobacco mix, which contains ceremonial tobacco, also known as kinnick, which is an alternative to tobacco, which isn't actually a tobacco plant, but it's sacred nonetheless. And then it has tobacco absolute, which is the pure first press oil from the tobacco plant. So, is it hard to hear me when I change the camera? Okay, good to know. Here I am. Good to know. We thought we had sorted that, but my audio is not so good, Cutie Pie, on the second camera. Yeah, I am live. My son's here. He's going to fix it.
What's happening? Oh.
He's right here. Wait just a second.
It should be working.
Okay. Are you switching the audio, the mic on that?
No.
Can I do it now?
Try it.
Okay. I'm going to try it. Are you ready? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How is this? Can you hear me? Test, test, test. Is this better? They're all saying hi to you. Nick. You can say hi. You don't have to be on screen. Say hi. Is it better? Is it still choppy? Choppy on the split still. Okay. Okay. Should I go back to the main one?
How's that?
Can you guys tell me if it's better now? How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? It's still bad. It's still bad. It's still bad. It's worse. Wow. Well, that's not good. I'm watching your comments to see if it's getting better. It's still bad. Okay. And very bad. And very, very bad. Okay. Should I not do it?
I don't know. Did you do it in front of you?
Okay. So it is. I can roll with that flow. We'll figure out the audio. I don't know what happened, but it'll be better next time. How about now? How about now? How about now? Before I founded Sage Goddess, I was a university professor and a corporate consultant who worked with global executives in big Fortune 50 companies. And so the best part about the reason I'm telling you that is I'm totally okay with things being all weird. I've had to work in the most bizarre situations. I remember having to coach a senior executive team at a company that you would recognize. And right before I came into the room, I had built this entire training program for these very senior executives. And I was super nervous. I was out of the country delivering this program, and I walked in, and I'm getting ready to deliver it, okay? And this is so important for a Leo new moon because everything I'm about to tell you about tonight's new moon is going to make sense to you after this. I walk into the room. I'm so stressed out. I've built this program. It's taken me 6 months. Now I'm here with these executives. I'm intimidated, right? And, you know, at the time, I think I was 35, 33, maybe, I don't know, something like that. I walk in and the sprinklers, the overhead sprinklers, go off in the middle of my beautiful coaching program. The sprinklers go off. What are you gonna do? I mean, and so I was like, you know what, everybody, sit down. We'll bring you some towels. I've worked really hard on this training program, and we are going to continue. I hope you're going to enjoy this. We're all going to be wet. It's going to be weird for a minute, and let's just keep moving. So anyway, so when you see me kind of not break a sweat with stuff like this, it's like, listen, I have lived through overhead sprinklers with the CEO of a big scary company, so I can survive anything. Is it still choppy? Okay, well, hopefully I don't have to get you wet tonight. There's no overhead sprinklers for you tonight. But I've had some bizarre experiences being live in front of big groups and under the weirdest circumstances. And why I'm telling you this, in addition to like not being able to figure out audio tonight, is welcome to the Leo new moon. Tonight the energy, we get, you know, a new moon once a month. And it's in a different sign every month. Next month, it's going to be in Virgo. And that's great, too. Virgo new moon is great. It's very organized. It's very structured. It's very service-oriented. It's very detail-oriented. It's very technical. It's very grounded, all of those things. Tonight is none of that. Tonight is none of that. Tonight is, I don't even know, but I am going to help you learn how to roll with the punches of life. Because in that moment, I remember standing there and summoning all of my best Leo qualities, which is, you know what, I can tell a great joke, I can keep it light, I can do interpretive dance, but we're going to do this thing and we're going to keep rowing because that's what we do. We're made of tough stuff. So if this isn't a perfect introduction to a Leo new moon ceremony, I almost don't know what is. But I'm glad that you're here. Is it better now? That's right. Okay, so we cleared some energy. That's good. A couple things I want to tell you before we start. You know, this ceremony is free and live every month. I do quite a lot through Sage Goddess as a gift. I have online paid programs. I teach classes in crystal healing and spiritual development. I offer beautiful crystals and perfumes and magic on sagegoddess.com. But every month I do a free live new moon ceremony. I do a free live full moon ceremony. I do a free live high holiday ceremony. And now I've started doing Cosmic Comfort again, which is my way of gathering us all together to bring some comfort to the planet. And we do other things too. So one of the other free offerings that I want to remind you of, this is on sagegoddess.com right now. We create these worksheets for you. And what it is it's all about the new moon in Leo. It tells you when the moon is dark, which is tonight at 7:42 p.m. Pacific time. It tells you what gemstones, herbs, and oils to work with. It gives you some guiding kind of journaling questions. It describes to you what happens when the moon transits Leo, which I'm going to read to you in just a second, and then it gives you journaling questions. And what a lot of people are doing, it's free you just have to download this from the website. What a lot of people are doing is hole punching this, putting this into a notebook, and then creating an entire library of their recorded thoughts, all the information about the moon, which stones, everything else. So it's easy to download. You can print it, you can keep it, you can just save it on your desktop. But this is our free gift to you too. So if you haven't been to sagegoddess.com today, this is still there for you for this month. And I want to make sure you know about that. One of the things to tell you, and I'm going to read this to you, when the moon transits Leo, and again, the moon is dark tonight in the sun sign Leo. We are all infused with a brilliant inner light that endures like a bonfire, bringing a heartwarming glow to all creation. Yes, Leo moon is proud and regal, and she can captivate the attention of all in her radius. Yet she is like an excited child, innocent in her displays for attention. Leonine moon knows how to play. Let her dress you up and push you onto the stage. You'll be amazed how she recognizes your inner star and draws it out for the world to see. So yeah, so you can go back and get the previous ones. Team SG, if you can help people in the feed find the place to download and everything, that would be very helpful. I've got Alexis and Hannah with me tonight, and I'm very thankful that you're here. And they're putting the link for you. So when the moon is in a sign, it takes on the qualities of that sign. And those qualities become expressed through your emotions, right? Because the moon is a water planet, right? And so the moon is always going to be tapped into your deeper emotions, your feelings, and what is coming up for healing. When the moon's in Leo, let's talk about the positive qualities of Leo first, okay? Leo is confident, courageous, strong, loyal, playful, fun, charismatic, interesting, right? They like to travel, they like to talk, they're interested in people, right? So all of that energy is available to you. Leos are optimistic. I always think the best day ahead of me is tomorrow, right? Like, no matter how good today was, tomorrow's going to be better. Leos assume the best is yet to come. And I'm going to tell you something. Let me say this again, okay? Because really, just stop for a second and listen to what I'm telling you, because it's the message of the night. Leos assume the best is yet to come. Leos do not assume that the best is behind them. Leos do not assume that today is the best. Leos always assume that the best is ahead. The reason that matters for tonight, you guys, is those are the intentions you're going to set. And I see a lot of energy on the planet right now where people think the best is behind them. Oh, you know what? I wish I could go back. I wish I could have next year again, or last year again. I wish I could go back to when I was younger. I wish I could go back in my marriage. I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. Leos don't ever say that. Leos are always like, 2021 is gonna nail it. I am so excited about 2025. We are always living in an optimistic future state. And so because we assume that the best is ahead of us, we don't get depressed. That's kind of the Leo superpower. Every sign has its superpower. The Leo superpower is, you ain't seen nothing yet. If you think you've seen the best of me, if you think you've seen the best of you, if you think you've seen the best of this planet, if you think you've seen the best of anything, I don't think you have. I think the best is ahead of you and not behind you. Now let's talk about the downside of Leo, right? Leo can be bossy. I'm super bossy. I really, really am. I'm quite bossy. I often think my way is the best way, even when it's not. So that's not my best quality, but I'm honest about it, right? Leos are sometimes overconfident, right? So they have so much faith in themselves that they kind of don't worry about the details, right? Like, oh, it'll all work out, and sometimes it doesn't, right? Leos can be a little bit, what would you say? Overbearing, like too much sometimes. Like I'm even too much for myself sometimes, right? Like I need a break from me, truly. And so I think it's awesome because I have a daughter who's all water and a husband who's all earth. So when I need to, tap into the emotions, my daughter's there. When I need to get grounded, my husband's there. And I have friends who are all air. So that's the downside. So this moon can feel like, you should do this. Let me tell you how to do that. You're not doing that right. And so that can all also show up with this Leo new moon. So if you're feeling those energies, both of those are present. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you that I think is the big magic of tonight before we get into the ceremony. And as I tell you this, I almost want you to roll your shoulders back, take a breath. And when I tell you this, I want it to really settle into your constitution. I want you to feel it in your body. I want you to breathe it into your system. I want you to feel it in your heart too. And see if this resonates as accurate for you. What came through to me is this last night. What people believe and what they assume are two different things. And this is why people don't manifest. People believe in a bright future. People believe that there's probably some kind of God somewhere. People believe that tomorrow could be better than today. They hope for these things. Let's put it that way. But you manifest not from your hopes, but from your assumptions. Does that make sense? So people can say, no, you know what, I'm optimistic. I think tomorrow's going to be better than today. But if you were to really check in with them, in their heart, they assume that nothing's going to change. Their partner's not going to change. Their life isn't going to change. This country's not going to change. The virus may not change. So there's the hope and there's the assumption. Does that make sense? What Leo knows how to do, and this is the secret to it all that I got in my dreams last night. What Leos know how to do is connect the assumption with the belief or the hope. I hope that tomorrow's better than today. I also assume it's going to be. So I'm not sabotaging myself. If you hope tomorrow's going to be better, but you assume that it's not, you are sabotaging yourself. Because your assumptions are what's driving the bus. Does that make sense? So think about it in terms of, I'll give you a different way of thinking about it because I'm a teacher and I like to use different examples. But this is all Leo new moon stuff for you. Like if you were to ask me what I think I do well, I manifest really well. And how I think I do it that other people don't do it. I don't have superpowers. I'm not smarter than you. I don't have any other real resources. But my assumptions are in line with my hopes. So not only do I hope tomorrow's going to be great, I assume tomorrow's going to be great in my heart. So then tomorrow's great because there's no disconnection between what I hope is going to happen and what I assume is going to happen, what I really think in my core, okay? So think about this in terms of wealth. People who have a lot of money assume that they will continue to have a lot of money. Why would they not, right? If they have a lot of money, just like if you had a lot of chickens. It's a weird example, okay? But let's say you had a bunch of chickens. Wouldn't you just assume that tomorrow you're also going to have a bunch of chickens? Like you wouldn't assume that, right? People who don't have money assume that they won't have it in the future either. So even though they hope for it, they want it, they dream of it, when you ask them what they really assume is going to happen, they're like, I don't think it's really going to happen. And so that assumption, that skepticism, that I'm using chickens because it's a weird example, but it gets you out of your head a little bit. And a lot of has chickens. So yeah, if you have 100 chickens in your backyard right now or on your property, it's reasonable to assume that tomorrow you will also have 100 chickens. If you have no chickens, is it reasonable to assume you'll have 100 chickens tomorrow? It's kind of weird, right? So let me say it one more time. There is what we hope is going to happen. I hope, right? I hope. I hope for this, I hope for that, I hope for this, I hope for that. And every new moon we do the I hope. But underneath it all, we assume the opposite's going to happen because that's what's always happened. I hope I'm going to have more chickens. I don't think I'm going to have more chickens. Does that make sense? But again, people who have money assume that they will always have money. People who have good health assume they're always going to have good health. People who have a job they love and that they're happy at assume more or less that they're always going to have a job they love and that they're happy at. It's not they're not worrying about it, so they're not attracting all of this energy toward it, right? Tonight, I want you to move from I hope to I assume. And not from a place of like, because I deserve it or because I'm so great or anything like that. Just because I want you to get I want you to move from I want to it's reasonable to expect that I will have. That's the quantum leap tonight. Okay, the chickens thing got weird, and I'm sorry about that. What I'm really talking about is your subconscious. What's underneath it all, right? A lot of us came from poverty. How many of you within 2 generations were in a state of poverty? Within 2 generations. It is hard if you're within 2 generations of poverty. And, in my family, it's war, loss, devastation, destruction, all of that. If you're within 2 generations of that, there's some kind of imprinting within you that almost assumes the worst because it's in there. You've seen it. Your DNA has experienced it. So if you're 2 generations away from complete lack, then to get to a place of assuming prosperity is challenging. How many of you are 2 generations away from real significant health problems and challenges? I'm not even 2 generations away. I have real health problems today. Then it is difficult for you then to assume that your health is going to be perfect because it's so close, right? So tonight, I want you to keep playing with this subconscious idea of moving from trust and hope and desire and all of these things that we think about with the new moon to belief, trust, receiving, assuming, completely believing, but on a body level, on a somatic level, so that you override the program that says this isn't possible for you. Does that make sense? That's what Leo new moon is to me, and I want to fire this up with you because it's really important. And it doesn't matter whether it's health or money or love or anything else. If you're a generation or 2 away from having no love in your life, it is unreasonable to assume that your life would be full of love. But you need to assume it anyway if you're going to really cross this chasm and get to a place of manifesting. And that's what the new moon in Leo is all about. Right? Are you ready for this tonight? Okay. So, I burned a little tobacco incense. I can't show you. Can I just be quiet and show you? Now tonight, I'm going to work with some very specific tools for what we're talking about. And again, I feel somewhat qualified tonight because I live in this sign all year long, and it's both a blessing and a challenge. Is the sound fixed? I also didn't say anything, so I don't know if it's fixed or not. I shut up, and so maybe that's, we can give it a go in just a second. Okay. Tonight, this is where we're heading. Leos manifest because their subconscious and their conscious are united. This is the gift I can give to you tonight as a Leo. This is the gift this new moon can give to you. You have to reprogram the subconscious and get it into alignment with what your conscious mind is trying to manifest, then everything will unfold for you perfectly and with a relative amount of ease that you may not have experienced before. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is everything tonight, the tools that we're working with tonight are about offerings. You got this beautiful double terminated smoky quartz necklace. I put patchouli essential oil in mine. So if you've filled yours already, you can enjoy that. If you haven't filled it, tonight's a beautiful night to fill it and start to wear it and work with it. So that was your gift in this month's tools. And then your incense blend is a tobacco-based incense blend. Tobacco is the most important offering that we can give to our ancestors, to our elders, to Great Spirit. In almost every tradition, tobacco is considered very, very sacred. And so I'm burning that to set the space. I lit our candle. And then tonight we're going to anoint with Patchouli, which is your initiation balm. This is a solid perfume made with patchouli essential oil, which is my favorite essential oil on the planet. If you've been with me for a while, you know I have a near obsession with patchouli. I've worn patchouli since I was 15 years old. I'm a whole bunch older than that. Everybody who smells patchouli is always like, Athena must be here. My clothes smell like it. I even put a patchouli essential oil in my laundry detergent. So my clothes smell like it, my sheets, the whole house, the kids' clothes, everything smells like patchouli. The kids can't even smell it anymore. Unless I'm traveling, and then they when they smell it, they're like, okay, she's here. So patchouli is my favorite oil. But patchouli is also the most important essential oil for manifesting prosperity that you can work with. And so tonight is partly about you calling in what is going to make you wildly happy in this life. And like I said, I want to reconnect you with that energy stream, because you can't let go of your dreams. Even though we're in a pandemic, even though the world is in some ways unrecognizable right now, your dreams are everything. Your dreams still matter. You can still manifest everything that you desire, and that's where we're going with our meditation tonight. Are you ready? Patchouli's so good. Do you guys have any questions before we get started? I would love to answer them for you. So your cards for tonight, just so you know, you have your patchouli card. Patchouli, the botanical name is Pagastamon cablin. It's a plant in the mint family, but it is massively important for prosperity. I grow it in my garden. I know a lot of you grow it too. It's an herb of attraction. It enhances sensuality and passion. It helps to break through patterns of shame and grief, and also it helps to boost your self-confidence and self-esteem. So it says, breathe in the abundance of the earth and be in your body. Your true desires are rising. Isn't that beautiful? And then we're working with tobacco. Nicotiana, yeah, which is so powerful. Again, your incense has tobacco absolute in it, which is so beautiful. It's native to the Americas, started growing around 6,000 BC. Did you know that? And so it's been used in indigenous traditions for thousands of years. It's an offering to Great Spirit, or the source creator, however you think of the one that breathed life into you. And then the last card is lion medicine. I feel like I've been watching lions all my life. I remember being a little girl and watching something on, like, it must have been like the Learning Channel or something like that, and seeing a lion and just thinking, I know I was one. I don't know how many lifetimes ago, but I know I must have been a lion at some point. Lions rest for up to 20 hours a day. Which is pretty accurate. I could actually get away with that sometimes. I would like to rest 20 hours a day. They conserve energy. Here's what you need to know about lions, okay? I'm reading your comments too, so I can stay abreast of what you're asking about too. So Stephanie Ann, remind me to come back to that, because I want to talk about that, and then I'll drum you into that tonight too. Have you ever seen a lion in the wild? This is what I want you to connect to right now. Close your eyes for a second. A lion in the wild doesn't get up for much. They rest 20 hours a day. They're big creatures. So the little annoying stuff that, like flutters by, little animal running by, or, a prey, but it's like, not that interesting. Lion kind of looks and it's like, Lion is very discerning. If you make a lion get up, 1 paw down, 2 paws down, getting up, if you actually get a lion to get up, that lion is going to take you down. That lion is going to go downtown James Brown with you, because to get a lion up off its hind parts, now it's mad, right? It's like, now you're going to get it. And so what I want you to learn also from Leo tonight, and it doesn't matter whether you're on the cusp or anything else. If you've got Leo energy, you've got Leo energy. You've got a Leo moon, Leo rising, right? My daughter is Leo rising. when I want you to learn how to only get up for the stuff that matters. Don't let every flipping thing, a little fly that lands on you, like use your tail and swat it off. But I mean, don't get up for that. I'm constantly asking people in my life, why did you get up for that? Somebody's annoying you. Okay, why'd you get up for that? Was that really worth the one paw, two paw, up off your haunches? You know what I mean? So I want you to start to discern in your life what's worth getting up off your haunches and what's not. What can you just swat with your tail and go, I don't even know why, right? Like, out of here with that. And the reason that matters is this is how Leo manifests. It doesn't waste its energy. It doesn't chase after dumb shit. It's not chasing after people who don't like it, or people who don't want it, or people who don't, or things that just annoy it, or like it just flicks that stuff off, right? Why are you getting up for that? So that's the other big question for tonight. Learn how to discern through this Leo new moon what's worth getting up off your haunches for. And you don't get off your haunches for anything else. I'm gonna get Leo. Leo wants to sit in my lap tonight. Somebody asked me where he was. This is Leo. He's my emotional support lion through this weird time on our planet. And he says if he had to get up for it, it better be real important, right? Don't get up off your haunches for things that don't matter. Says Leo. Just swat your tail. It's like, ugh. Get off me. I'm glad this is resonating with you guys. So roll your shoulders back, sit up straight. You need to start acting like it. You need to get regal in this very moment and swat your tail at what doesn't matter and start realizing that not everything is worth it. So happy you're here. So we're going to begin by calling in the guardians of the directions tonight. I'm so excited to have you with us. And so I want you to imagine that out of your left hand extends a beautiful white beam of light, as it always does, connecting us. This beam of light is going to connect us. I'm here in Los Angeles to wherever you are in the world tonight. And I want you to imagine that beam of light extending out of your left hand and circling clockwise all the way around this circle, wherever you are, whatever country, continent, whatever bodies of water separate us. And let that beam of light come back to you in your right hand. And again, check that posture. You roll those shoulders back, you lift that chin. And these are all the lessons of a Leo new moon. It's very important. People are walking around right now like, nope. We roll it back, we fix our crown, and we get it together. And so we want to welcome in the guides and the guardians of the 4 directions tonight to be present in our ceremony with us. Starting with the guides and the guardians of the Eastern Gateway, element of air. We welcome you in tonight to help us to expand our awareness, our consciousness, our power tonight. Open our mind to a new way of thinking and powers of discernment tonight from the East, right? Calling that in. What is worth worrying about, fretting about, stressing about, being anxious about, and what isn't, and what can we just kind of swat off with our tail? And we welcome in the guides and the guardians of the East tonight with gratitude. And to the guides and guardians of the South, Fire Gateway, tonight we really tap into that fire element energy. This is the height of the growth season, you guys, in the Northern Hemisphere. Everything's alive. If you were in my garden right now, it's like everything's in bloom. The fruit is coming. The fruit is starting to dry, right? The flowers are coming. The buds are coming. The leaves are strong. Everything is ready for harvest. And so in the South, we are ready to call in these energies of transformation, growth, strength, potential, calling up that energy from the very core center of the earth. We welcome in the guides and guardians of the Fire Gateway with gratitude. And in the west, the water gateway, we welcome in those guides and guardians tonight, helping us to maintain a steady emotional state, not to go too soft and not to be too hard, but to find that sort of even place between the masculine and the feminine, that balance in the west. And we give thanks for the ability to allow our deepest emotions to come up for healing. We welcome the guides and guardians of the west with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the north, we thank you for grounding tonight. Even though it's the opposite energy of what we're working with, we appreciate that stability, that presence, protection, peace, patience, all of the big P energy in the north, teaching us to go slow, take our time, not rush through the process, not rush through this life, to appreciate every moment. We welcome in the guides and the guardians of the north with gratitude. And with that, our circle is open. So good. I love that. Stephanie's at CVS right now. She's checking out. Feel free to hand your phone to the person who's checking you out at CVS, and I will welcome them into our new moon ceremony tonight. Maybe they need it. You never know where you are. I always think, like, do you ever end up in some really interesting conversations with people in unexpected places where you think, I was there for a reason. I was supposed to meet that person. I was supposed to share that story. I was supposed to tell this thing. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of love that in a way. Okay. So Hillary's asking, how do you assume an intention without having your ego taking over? So remember that your subconscious is what drives your assumptions. And your subconscious is not just your ego at play. Your subconscious is connecting in with past life wisdom. It's connecting with ancestral wisdom. Your subconscious is picking up on the subconscious of other people on the planet as an empath. And so your subconscious, right, is to some extent running the show when you're not consciously aware of it. It's kind of the other side. It's the yin to your yang, if you will, right? So it's really important to remember that your subconscious is not just your ego, and your ego is not a bad thing. Your ego is here to keep you safe. Your ego is here to keep you safe. And so if your ego is like, I don't know, I want this instead, why don't you try this? You can actually start to dialogue with your ego and say, it's safe to assume that we are worthy of prosperity. It's safe to assume that they are worthy of good health. It's safe to assume, and as soon as you start to reassure your ego, right, that it's safe to receive, it's safe to accept, it's safe to allow, then your ego starts to back up a little bit, because your ego oftentimes is just there to make sure that everything's going to go according to plan, right? So a dialogue with the ego can be very, very helpful. Does that help? So your assumptions are getting underneath what is your subconscious programming, and where, who are your ancestors? It's what we call the epigenetics, right? Your ancestors, their experiences, the grandparents, the great-grandparents, all the way back in your lineage. A lot of that programming is still operating. It's running your system, right? So you have to figure out what program is running your system, and then get into that program and figure out the bugs. I mean, to use sort of a tech analogy, right? It's safe, you're safe, everything's safe, and so the ego goes, okay, I don't have to run this show. And then you can start to get into the deeper level of work. But the ego's not the enemy. So we're going to shake off some energy now at this new moon. One of the most important things we do at the new moon is release. We don't release at the full moon. This is called a sistrum. It would have been used in ancient Egypt if I was in the temple parade leading the way as a high priestess toward the temples at sundown. I would have had a sistrum to let everyone know we're heading towards ceremony. So I want you right now to ask yourself what you need to let go of tonight to go into a prosperous harvest season ahead. What do you need to release tonight? Is it fear? What's your assumption? What are your assumptions? And so I want you to release that, whatever that energy is or that limitation is. If you're assuming, that life's going to get harder, or it's going to get more challenging, or your health is not going to improve, or you're not going to have everything that you need, or like, get underneath that. Let's unpack that tonight. This Leo new moon is all about that energy. What is it that you need to release? And if you have your necklace on, one of the gifts of this necklace is it's double terminated. It sends and it receives. So through this piece right now, it's smoky quartz, which is a stone of transmutation, right? It takes low energies and makes them into a higher frequency. So through this piece right now, you can actually get it close to your mouth, or you can blow across it. Through this piece, I want you to imagine letting go of every subconscious assumption that isn't serving you right now. Right? What are those subconscious assumptions? And Lori Roberts, this is exactly what we're doing right now. She's asking, how do we do this? This is what we're doing right now. So start to name them, right? And release them. So I release the assumption that whatever it is, that our global health will be challenged this fall. I release that assumption. I release the assumption that there's nothing I can do to heal this planet. I release all anxiety in my body, mind, and spirit that belongs to me or anyone else around me. I release anxiety that I won't be able to support my children as they do their schoolwork from home. Okay, so Tasha's releasing that she's alone. Isn't that beautiful? Does it feel good? Release it, let it go. And when I say let it go, I mean bye. Like, it's not coming back. Feel it leave your mind, feel it leave your body, feel it leave your spirit, okay? I love that. Look at that. Is it Mahikwa? Is that your name? Wolf spirit. What, how beautiful. She said that every new relationship is like my ex-husband. She's releasing that assumption tonight. That will shift the entire way that she shows up to any future relationships, because she's releasing those relationships from that contract. Isn't it beautiful? Release it. That anything is wrong with you. Alessandra is letting that go. Jarita is releasing anxiety in the throat. Pam is releasing the belief that she can't grow anymore. Holly's releasing her ex. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Let it go. I release procrastination. I've been completely changing my diet to be more in alignment with eating fresher foods, whole foods, not cooking my food as much, not ordering food outside the house, but really eating whole and healthy. So I release any assumptions that I can't eat a whole and healthy diet all the time, right? I release illness. I release fear. I release expectations, right? Release it. Addiction, rejection, out. Because here's the thing, Leo is not playing with any of that. Leo's like, why were you holding that? I mean, Leo is sitting here asking you, why'd you get up for that in the first place, right? Do you see the line I'm drawing? Leo's like, wait, you were worried about that? And you're like, I know, I shouldn't have been. What a waste of time, right? Release it. People pleasing, grief for Lydia, procrastination, shame. I mean, there's no better time than tonight to let this stuff go. And you're carrying this stuff around in your muscles, in your central nervous system. You're holding this stuff in physical weight on your body. You're holding it in pain. I mean, if you want to know what your pain is, it's this stuff that you're carrying around that you don't need to carry around anymore because it just doesn't serve you. And Leo's like, phew. And it doesn't matter how long you've carried it around. It's not a contest, right? All limiting beliefs, all stress, people who hold you back, right? I love that. Storm Dancer says, I release the assumption that it's too late to change. Do you know it's never too late to change? Do you know that it's never too late to heal? Your body wants to regenerate every cell. It almost doesn't matter when you get here. Your body wants to heal. Your spirit wants to be lighter. Your mind wants peace. Your heart wants to be open to love. Like, all these things are already in place. You have to participate, says Leo. And you put on your flower crown and you let it go. It's just so good. If you need a little more patchouli for this, you can get in there and get it. Okay. I know how much bravery it takes to do this work because I've done it. I know it's hard. I know. Because everything in this world is designed to tell you that you're not worthy, right? Not good enough. You could be better. You could be this. You could be that, right? So we have released, right? We have done the work now of letting go of everything that isn't serving you, all of the stuff. And now, this is the Hunab Ku, this is the Incan cross, this is the portal between this world and the other. And, and so now we call it in, now we set the intention. I want you to slow it down with me just for a minute. Do you know what's sacred to me? I'm finding it more sacred as I get older. I only get a dozen minutes like this with you a year. I only get a dozen of these with you a year. Holy sacred, right? So let's go in real gentle here. But let's be fully aware how precious this one moment is. You know that moon goes dark in 46 minutes. What is your intention under this Leo new moon? Thank you. I see you, Ryan and Missy. Intentions are sacred. It's like making a wish with a genie that's real. Welcome in, Will. Leo wants you to call in some stuff tonight. bravery and courage. You are so much stronger than you know. Power, power, power. You're so much more powerful than you know. What will you do with it? How will you shift your own consciousness this month? Only caring about what matters. What are you going to get up for now? It's going to have to be big. You're not going to just get up for anything anymore. That's sovereignty. You're going to learn to rest in your power this month. You're not going to give it away. This is my comfort zone. I live here. And if you don't live here, I want you to come in. And love. Love, love, love. Passion. What are you going to get up for? What do you love? What are you passionate about? What do you really care about? What drives you? Passion, connection, intensity, power, strength. And this isn't power or strength that comes from control of anyone else. Leo doesn't want to control anybody else. That's not sovereignty. So try using the words I claim. What do you claim? I claim strength and power. I claim confidence. I claim passion. I claim purpose. I claim not forgetting who I am. Freedom for me, freedom for you. Feel that lion coming up behind you and just as they do, coming up and just nuzzling you. Keep saying it. Healing, power, confidence. My intention is I claim, I welcome, I receive, I allow, I surrender to. Belly laughs and joy and indulgence, luxury, prosperity from sources seen and unseen. To all that is and all that was and all that will ever be. Unity. Feel it. If I could, I would just nuzzle you right now. visualize that lion going back now and settling down into the shade. And it yawns big, right? Have you seen a lion yawn? It's like... She's licking her paw. And she's telling you, next time, I'm not getting up for that. If I get up, I'm getting up for something important. Now, can we take a little bit of this like, you know, Leo Lion love fest situation, and let's send it to anyone who can receive it tonight. There's people around this world who have no idea how to tap into strength, power. Let's share sovereignty. Let's share vision. Let's share creation. Let's share it tonight. Passion, strength, intensity, emotion, raw. Sending it out to the four corners of this beautiful planet. Giving a dose of this medicine to the big cats of the world who are leading us tonight, guiding us tonight. To the children, to the little boys and little girls. We are your ancestors. We are the ones one day that you will call upon, and we will come when you call. We will remind you how strong you are and that we prepared you for this time. To the mothers, the fathers, the parents. You know exactly how to do this work. Stand up. You have everything you need. Just receive. To the four-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, above the land, above the surface of the earth, below the water, to the depths of the oceans. Above the equator, below the equator, across the hemispheres, across the dateline. So we've talked about some big things tonight. We've released a lot of energy. We've called in a lot of energy. We've talked about the subconscious, and we've talked about how some part of the tape that's operating you and your life and your experience of this planet at this time isn't even really part of your conscious awareness. And so your assumptions have to line up with your hopes in order for you to manifest. The last thing I wanted to tell you tonight, on my list of things I wanted to share with you tonight, is very heartfelt. And it has helped me, so I'm going to share it with you because it has moved me. It has grounded me in a way when times are tough. So I'm going to share it with you now. And that is Leo medicine, the last part of tonight's wisdom. There are times where you are going to have to be the one. You know, we wait for other people, like to take the lead or to show us the way. We wait for people to inspire us. We wait for people to remind us. We wait for people to teach us. You know, we wait for it. Right? I wait for it sometimes. There are going to be times where it's going to have to be you. You're going to have to lead. You're going to have to inspire. You're going to have to go first. You're going to have to be brave. You are going to have to pave the way. You're going to have to go first. And I think there's a lot of those moments on this planet right now. And so I think if we can hold a collective intention, I know you set yours, I set mine. If we can hold a collective intention right now to harness the strength, the bravery, the courage, the force of will, the discernment, the passion, the love, to be willing to be the first to do it sometimes. To stand up and say, that isn't right. Sorry, but that isn't right. Or to stand up and say, we have to do things differently. Or to stand up and say, this isn't working for me. Or to stand up and say, our family needs to go in a different direction. Or to stand up and say, I've got to change careers. Or to stand up and say, we have to take care of this planet and each other. What this Leo new moon is telling you is there are times where you are going to have to step up and do it. And no one's going to show you how. No one's going to help you in some cases. No one may even support you. But you have been training for this like an Olympic athlete, I believe, all your life. You've been training to lead yourself, lead your family, lead your community. And by extension, when you do that, you lead our country, you lead our planet, you lead all of those things. I have eternal faith in you. I'm really grateful that you and I chose to incarnate on this planet at the same time. I'm really grateful because I think each of you play this really critical role. But it is time now to stop going, well, can somebody else do it? Or I don't know, I'm not sure I know how, or I don't know if I'm good enough, or smart enough, or strong enough, or cute enough, or whatever. I think we're kind of past all of that in our evolution as a species and as a culture and society. So tonight I sort of want to reignite your passion and place the mantle upon your shoulders, place the crown upon your head, place the scepter in your hand and say, it's go time now. And where are you going to take that leadership? Where are you going to take that strength? What have you been preparing for all this time? And if not now, when? And if not you, then who? Yeah. So, on this darkest night, when some of us feel like we've lost our way, if you've lit a candle, I would like for you to extinguish it with me as a collective. Can we do that? And as we blow out this candle, I have chills all over, but it feels really good. Do you smell the tobacco in your candle, by the way? That's tobacco absolute if you have your candle. It's so beautiful. As we blow out this candle, we're blowing out this light, but we're igniting our own flame. And I truly, when I look at you and say, I believe in you, you've got this, you can do this, you're not alone. You have a lot of friends and community members, you have me, we're all in this together, but you are ready to do your part. And so as you blow out your mic, what I'm going to say is, I commit to lead. And that is a Leo new moon, 1000%. So are you ready to do it? I commit to lead. Here we go. It's not the easy path, but it's a good one. It's a blessed one. And it's the one you are here to walk. And I'm proud of you. And I'm grateful for you too. You are not alone. We are in this together, one step at a time. And so when you need to remember this energy, this moment, then light this candle again, or use that balm, or put your necklace on, and you start getting afraid, you release that fear. Right? And then once again you renew your commitment to lead, because you're ready for this. We all are. We are here for the moment. And it's good stuff. So let's release our guides and guardians tonight with gratitude. Thankful for your presence tonight, truly, truly. It's not the easy path, but you didn't pick the easy way out. It's boring anyway. It is, it's boring. I really appreciate you too. I really appreciate you too. Be brave, don't be comfortable. That's also Leo new moon. So let's release the guides and guardians with gratitude. We began where we ended, in the north, guides and guardians of that northern gateway, earth gateway. Thank you for grounding us, keeping us safe, protected, purposeful, keeping us humble, keeping us connected to you and to each other and to all the ancestors who are watching us. No pressure. We release the guides and guardians of the northern gateway with gratitude tonight. And to the guides and the guardians of the west. Thank you for helping us clear these emotions, cry, weep, yell, scream, whatever. Get it out. Leos are expressive, right? We get mad, we yell, we cry, whatever, but we're not holding it in, right? So let it out. And we give thanks for emotional healing. It's already in progress tonight. The release that came with this precious new moon. And for all of the healing that's already on its way. And we release the guides and guardians of the west with gratitude. And to the guides and guardians of the south, thank you for energies of transformation, change, growth, curiosity, playfulness, passion, naughtiness in the south. Leos are naughty. We mean well, but it sometimes doesn't go the way we plan it. So we give thanks to the guides and guardians of the south for this beautiful Leo new moon, this little boost of energy and confidence tonight to move forward with grace. We release you with gratitude. And to the guides and guardians of the east, thank you for opening up new pathways, new perspectives tonight, helping us to stay open-minded, start to look at things from a new perspective. And we welcome in that spaciousness, that creativity tonight. And we release the guides and guardians of the east with gratitude. And with that, August new moon in Leo. I want to hold on to it because I have loved this day so much from beginning to end. And I hope you've loved it too. And if you didn't love it, it'll pass. But, Leo energy it'll give you a little kick in the pants, and sometimes you need that, right? So, what a blessing to be with you. So, So Leo and I have a couple of things to tell you. Team SG saw that the kit for next month sold out. So we were able to put a few back in stock, not all of them. The kit next month comes with incense, reishi mushroom incense. It comes with a candle, it comes with myrrh, solid perfume, and it comes with this entire grid, including the web, because we're working with spider medicine at that Virgo new moon next month. Isn't that gorgeous? So we ran out of this generator, but we have a different quartz generator. It looks like this. They're the same value. So if you missed it earlier, but once these are gone, then they're gone. We have no other generators in the house, so we won't be able to restock it. But a lot of people were upset that they missed it. Your code is 18SUN for 18% off if you would like it. We also have just the Patchouli solid perfume from tonight's kit if you missed it, and that's also 18% off. Isn't that beautiful? I glued my stones to mine, so if you're wondering why, this is not like a I don't know, like a trick of sleight of hand. They're all glued on there because I want to be able to move it around. I'm obsessed with this grid. So anyway, that is there for you. If you don't like spiders, let me talk to you for a second. Spiders are your grandmothers. They're teachers. And you don't have to love them. I'm not asking you to pet them. I actually really love spiders. When there's a spider, like in my kids' rooms, they call me because I don't harm spiders. So they know I'll come with my cup and my paper and we'll take it outside and bless it on the release. It is a wood grid. Isn't that cool? So that's the back of the grid. So the grid alone is worth the price of the whole kit. So you basically get the candle, the perfume, the incense, and the cards for free. I don't know how we did it, but anyway, enjoy. Good job, Team SG. So next month, we're going to be connecting with your grandmothers, and we're going to be connecting with spider. Did you know that a spider's web is stronger than steel? It really, truly is. Spiders have a lot of medicine and mystery to them. I'm going to be teaching you about myrrh, which was one of the offerings of the wise men to the Christ child, and I'll teach you why. And then, of course, we're going to be working with our reishi mushroom, which is one of the most healing medicines on the planet. So anyway, I'm going to teach you to love spiders next month. You don't have to have them as a pet, but I think they're worthy of respect because those webs that they weave are designed to remind you that what is soft can also be really strong. You don't have to be bulletproof to be bulletproof, right? So they really have this important medicine to share with us about what it means to be strong. And it doesn't always mean, being loud or being aggressive. Strong can look very, very soft, but it can hold a lot of energy. So that's what we're going to work with Virgo at our new moon next month. So the remaining quantity is there for you at sagegoddess.com. It's true. Did you have fun tonight? I really enjoyed being with you tonight. Authentically, truly. Dave and the kids would tell you, I've been like a little kid all day long, like, what time is it? What time is it? I remember Zoe was like, it's 4:30, and I'm like, ugh. I just wanted it to be 6 o'clock so I could go live with you. It's true. These moments that we have together each month, when I said how beautiful and sacred it is, these are your wishes upon stars tonight, you guys. And if you weren't with me a couple months ago, I'll leave you with this. Sage Goddess, which is 9 years old, right? We just had our 9th anniversary. I created Sage Goddess at a new moon in 2011 in front of all my university students. Their final exam was on the new moon. These were doctoral students. They had to commit to me and to my co-professor how they were going to manifest more of what they loved in the world. That was their final exam. Didn't matter what it was. Some of them wanted to open food banks or yoga studios or whatever. And so I got up and I did the exam. And what I said is, I want to share my love of the moon with people around the world. And at the time it was like, how are you going to do that? Like, on YouTube? I mean, it was just like, it was really weird. So everything that we did tonight was a new moon intention 9 years ago. So if you think that new moon intentions don't matter, or they're not real, or they don't end up manifesting something real in the world, I would really encourage you to reevaluate. If you put your heart and soul behind something on a new moon, it is literally like making a wish upon a star. And so dream big, remember that. Whatever you desire can come to pass, but you're going to have to get real strong, and you're going to have to learn to, again, connect your assumptions with your hopes, because everything you manifest is coming out of your subconscious. It's what you think you deserve. It's what you believe is going to happen way deep down. It's actually manifesting. So you have to learn how to believe that the best is ahead, and that the past is not going to repeat itself. And that is simply a process of deciding that that's how you're going to move in the world. And there's no better night than tonight to start that process. And I hope I can be a good guide and a source of inspiration for you. I'll keep reminding you every month. And you just stay there. You keep doing the work. I think it's really, really, really important. So thank you for being there. And thank you, Team SG, for being there too. Thank you to Handsome Leo for being my co-pilot tonight. It's very fitting for him to join us this evening. I love you. And I will see you soon. So tomorrow, if you're in Soul Shift, we have class. We have our monthly shamanic journey tomorrow. And then there's lots of other fun things coming. I will see you if you're not in class, which you're always welcome to join online programs at any time. But if you're not in classes, then I will look forward to seeing you at Cosmic Comfort and at the full moon ceremony in just a couple of weeks. We'll see you soon, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for being there. We all appreciate you. We really do. And we'll see you soon.